Imagine yourself standing amidst the roaring crowd of an ancient Roman amphitheater. The air is electric, filled with cheers, jeers, and the deafening clash of steel against steel. The ground beneath you trembles as the world's fiercest warriors, gladiators, step into the arena. These men, once ordinary or enslaved, are now icons of both fear and admiration. But who were they, and why did Rome, the epicenter of civilization, find itself captivated by the brutal spectacle of gladiatorial combat? Welcome to Ancient Civilizations. Today we delve into the world of gladiators, warriors of sand and blood who turned the art of survival into a public obsession. For many, their story represents the struggle between life and death, honor and exploitation, entertainment and morality. Could their lives hold lessons for us today in a world that still craves spectacle and drama? Stay with us as we uncover their origins, battles, and the society that both glorified and condemned them. To understand the gladiators, we must journey back to the origins of their craft. Gladiatorial combat, or munera, is believed to have started as a ritual rooted in Etruscan funerary practices. These early battles were meant to honor the dead, providing blood sacrifices that symbolized strength and the passage of life. By the time the Roman Republic adopted the tradition, the focus had shifted from sacred rites to public entertainment. What began as a solemn tribute soon became an instrument of political propaganda. Did you know that the first recorded gladiatorial contest in Rome took place in 264 BC? It was held by the sons of Decimus Junius Brutus to honor their father's funeral. Just 3 pairs of fighters took part in that modest event. Yet over the centuries, these humble beginnings spiraled into extravagant spectacles involving hundreds of fighters in arenas like the Colosseum. Why do you think societies are drawn to violence as entertainment? Share your thoughts in the comments! The rise of gladiatorial games coincided with Rome's expansion and increasing wealth. As Rome conquered new lands, enslaved people from across the empire were funneled into the gladiatorial system. Captives of war, criminals, and even volunteers seeking fame or fortune became the gladiators who fascinated and terrified the Roman populace. Their presence symbolized Rome's dominance over its enemies, transforming the arena into a stage for power and control. But was it only about dominance? The Roman elite used gladiatorial games to win public favor, offering free entry to massive events to curry goodwill. Imagine the sheer audacity, senators and emperors investing fortunes to sponsor spectacles where life and death were on display, all for the sake of political popularity. What did it mean to be a gladiator in ancient Rome? For many, it was a life defined by violence and hardship, yet paradoxically filled with moments of glory and admiration. Most gladiators were enslaved individuals, men and sometimes women forced into the profession. However, there were also freeborn citizens known as auctorati who voluntarily entered the arena. Why would anyone willingly embrace such a brutal existence? For some, the lure of potential fame, wealth, and social mobility outweighed the risks. Successful gladiators, though rare, could achieve celebrity-like status. They were immortalized in mosaics, poems, and public adoration. Women swooned over them. Children idolized them. Even emperors sought their favor. Do you think the pursuit of fame is worth such sacrifices? Let us know in the comments. The training of a gladiator was rigorous and relentless. Housed in ludi gladiatori, specialized schools, fighters were under the watchful eye of lanistai who functioned as trainers and managers. Their days were filled with grueling drills, weapon practice, and intense physical conditioning. Contrary to popular belief, gladiators weren't expendable pawns. Because of their high value, they were well fed and given medical care. Yet life in the ludus was far from glamorous. Discipline was harsh and punishments for disobedience were brutal. Friendships formed under such circumstances were bittersweet, knowing that one day you might face your companion in mortal combat. Imagine living each day knowing that your survival depended on both skill and the whims of a cheering crowd. How would you cope? Picture the moment a gladiator enters the arena. The crowd erupts in a deafening roar, anticipation thick in the air. This was not merely a fight, it was theater meticulously choreographed to entertain. The games began with processions, music, and sometimes comedic acts. But the main event was always the combat, a blood-soaked dance where survival and spectacle intertwined. Contrary to the myths of Hollywood, not all gladiatorial matches ended in death. Organizers often preferred matches that showcased skill and endurance over outright slaughter. However, when the crowd or an emperor demanded blood, the life of a gladiator could hang on the infamous thumbs up or thumbs down gesture. The spectators' cheers or jeers held the power to decide life or death, a sobering reflection of mob mentality. Reflect for a moment. What does it say about human nature that such brutal spectacles could draw crowds of 50,000 or more? Does this fascination with violence still persist in modern entertainment, albeit in different forms? While the games symbolized Rome's grandeur, they also revealed its darker side. The Colosseum itself was a marvel of engineering designed to accommodate vast audiences and host elaborate mock battles, including naval reenactments. Yet beneath the grandeur lay suffering, both of the gladiators and the countless animals slaughtered for sport. The Roman world had a complex relationship with gladiators. On one hand, they were celebrated as heroes, admired for their bravery and skill. On the other hand, they were stigmatized as entertainers and often despised for their lowly status. Gladiators lived in a paradox, embodying both the ideals of Roman virtue and the realities of its moral decline. Many Christian writers of the time, including Tertullian, criticized the games as barbaric and immoral. The early Christian rejection of gladiatorial combat was rooted in their belief in the sanctity of life and the futility of violence. This perspective offers a stark contrast to the Roman view that bloodshed could honor the gods or entertain the masses. How do you think modern societies balance morality and entertainment? Are we truly so different from ancient Rome? As Christianity spread, gladiatorial games began to decline. By the 5th century, the practice had largely disappeared, a victim of shifting cultural values and the decline of the Western Roman Empire. Yet the legacy of gladiators endures, inspiring countless stories, films, and debates about the nature of violence, heroism, and human entertainment. What can we learn from the gladiators of ancient Rome? At their core, these warriors represent the resilience of the human spirit. They remind us of the cost of ambition, the fleeting nature of fame, and the moral complexities of entertainment. Gladiators teach us to question the systems that create spectacles of suffering. Are we complicit in similar dynamics today? Whether in sports, reality TV, or other forms of media, humanity's appetite for drama and conflict remains insatiable. Reflect on this. How can we celebrate human achievement without glorifying human suffering?